The game of hockey may be dubbed Canada's sport, but some of the most talented and exceptional players have come from the United States. It wasn't until Miracle on Ice came out in the early 1980s that Americans felt inspired to strap on the blades and try the ice for the first time. Mike Richter. Mike Richter was the goalie that ended a 54-year Stanley Cup drought for the New York Rangers in 1994. Then 2 years later, he became the MVP as he led the United States to become champions of the 1996 World Cup of Hockey. Richter was a definitive player and held the word of liberty close. Bill Garen. Bill Garen was underrated when he played and is still to this day. He's achieved the Stanley Cup 2 times in his career, became the first player in NHL history to score over 20 goals in a season for 7 different teams as well. He was also present as well for the 1996 World Cup of Hockey Championships. Doug Weight. Most people forget just how good Doug Weight was. There was a time in hockey, known as the dead puck era, where scoring goals was almost considered a rarity. However, Weight always carried his own, consistently putting up points each night. In 1,238 games played, he managed to secure 1,033 points. Phil Housley. When Phil Housley retired, he was America's greatest scorer in assists and points. He's only just recently lost that record. That's pretty impressive for a career that ended almost 20 years ago. Housley was a defenseman, which makes his 1,200 plus points even more impressive. Jeremy Roenick. Scoring 50 goals a season came second nature to Jeremy Roenick. What made his game so unique, however, is that he combined his physical edge with his skillful talent. He was a player people loved to watch. When he hung up the skates for the final time, he had over 500 goals and 1,216 points in 1,363 total games played. Jonathan Quick. Jonathan Quick may be the greatest American-born goalie of all time, and that's a nod to Tom Barrasso. Quick led LA to their first Stanley Cup in 2012, and would achieve the Conn Smythe that season as well. Only took him 2 more seasons to secure another Cup win for LA to really secure himself as a top-tier attendee. Keep in mind he was overlooked in the draft and went 72nd overall in 2005. Joe Mullen. Mullen was always a fan favorite on and off of the ice. Mullen was the stepping stone for future United States hockey players. He was notably the first American to score 500 goals in a career and 1,000 points total. He has more points than games played and had an hockey IQ so ahead of his time. Keith Tkachuk. Hats off to Keith Tkachuk, as he was a dominating player for his time and has now provided us 2 more dominating second-generation Tkachuks in today's game. Tkachuk was a difficult player to go up against. He was a talented goal scorer who was not afraid to stand his ground. Find us any other player to notch over 500 goals and spend over 2,000 penalty minutes in the box. Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews may only have a couple of seasons currently under his bucket, but has been one of the biggest names in hockey since he's entered the league. His debut game, he scored 4 goals. In his young career of 282 games, he's already tallied 158 goals for 285 points. He also was the winner of the Calder Trophy his first year as well. Chris Chelios. Chris Chelios had the privilege of always playing for great teams. One of the reasons those teams were so great was because of Chelly himself. What made him so likable was not that he wasn't the most flashiest, fastest, or toughest player on the ice. He just played his game, and him playing his game earned him 3 Norris trophies and 3 Stanley Cups. Jack Eichel. Jack Eichel burst onto the scene not too long ago and has been one of the best players in the NHL. Despite playing for a struggling team, Captain Jack has displayed incredible traits of leadership, persistence, and talent for his age. With 354 games played currently, he has 337 points. If Eichel was given the team that he well deserved, he'd be a top 3 player in today's game. Brian Leech. When it comes to accomplishments, there wasn't much defenseman Brian Leech didn't have. A Norris Trophy winner, Calder Trophy winner, Conn Smythe winner, and a Stanley Cup champion is what we have here. Leech knew how to hustle. He goes down as one of the hardest working defensemen of all time and is an American version of Bobby Orr as he revolutionized hockey forever. Pat LaFontaine. Pat LaFontaine was forced into an early retirement. If he was able to finish his career the way he intended to, who knows just how much he would have accomplished. In only 863 games played, he held 1,013 points. LaFontaine is known primarily for his time with the New York Islanders. During the season, the team fell short of what would have been their 5th consecutive cup. He was dynamic for Bill Torrey's Isles throughout the 1980s and remained one of the biggest names and talents throughout the 1990s as well. Mike Modano. Mike Modano is arguably the greatest born American player of all time. Minnesota North Stars' first overall pick, would go on to win the franchise's first Stanley Cup in 1999 once they were relocated to Dallas. Right before he retired, he was named the greatest American-born scorer of all time, with 561 goals and 1,374 points. He was consistent and just simply stunning to watch on the ice, night in and night out. Patrick Kane. When the Chicago Blackhawks selected Patrick Kane first overall, they had high expectations. Patty would go on to shatter every single one of those, as he would become the greatest American hockey player of all time. No competition. He brought the first Stanley Cup to an Original Six team and would transform them into a modern-day dynasty, winning 3 cups in a very short span of years. Kane is known for his incredible hands and talent with the puck and his 1,022 points in 973 games. He's been consistent each season and is still continuing to produce every single time he steps onto the ice. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content just like this, please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thank you. We'll see you next time.